Summer music power.
For a 10-day weather forecast for your region, simply call 09003 40 40 33. That's 09003 40 40 33. Calls are charged at 60 pence per minute.
Radio London.
Radio London is brought to you by Wilkin & Sons. Tiptree Preserves for that extra special taste this summer.
Mum, I want to go to the Tower of London.
Go on, go to town. It's easy with fast, frequent trains from Great Eastern.
Mum, I want to go to the seaside.
Go on, go to the coast. It's easy with fast, frequent trains from First Great Eastern. Whatever the weather, rain or shine, it's easy to get there with Great Eastern.
Summer, BIGL comes here to play.
Broadcasting 24 hours a day, live from Clacton Pier, Essex, England, on 1143 kilohertz, 266 meters, and on the internet at www.bigl.co.uk. This is the sound of wonderful Radio London in summer 2000.
Go, go, go. Radio London, and the beat goes on and on and on and on, on and on and on.
Yes, there we go. That is our good friends Manfred Mann with Mike Diabo on the lead vocals, and the old semi-detached Suburban, Mr. James. I've got Ben in the studio here. Just give a quick shout, Ben.
Hi, guys.
Now, 16 minutes away from 3 o'clock.
Radio London, Disc of the Week, Disc of the Week.
And this certainly was a Disc of the Week a good few years ago. This comes from a band by the name of The Young Idea. I wonder if you remember these. ...1967 there for The Young Idea, a former Radio London Disc of the Week indeed. Thanks to Colin for that one. It's another that for a while. A Peculiar Situation.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Radio London. Radio London.
Radio London is brought to you by Wilkin & Sons. Tiptree Preserves for that extra special taste this summer.
On the half hour, Radio London News tells you more, says it better.
It's the glorious 12th, at least in Northern Ireland, as Protestants march to celebrate the 17th century Battle of the Boyne. Nurse-nicking. A new competitive sport has been invented in Buckinghamshire. The players are teams from Stoke Mandeville and High Wycombe hospitals. The rules are simple. The one who steals the most nurses from the other is the winner. High Wycombe Hospital is in the lead, having played their joker. They pay an extra £60 a week. The weatherwoman says not so bright tomorrow, but still hot and dangerous for fair skins. Monday could be damp, so make the best of it and have a big hell of a day today and every day. Radio London News and weather together, the next at 11:30. John Ross-Barnard reporting.
Radio London News has told you more, said it better.
Penny Lane there at Radio London on that one, on our Beatles Spectacular this morning. Thanks very much indeed, John Ross-Barnard, for the latest worldwide international news.
The Beatles Spectacular is really moving with wonderful Radio London.
Always nice to see John, and having worked with him in St Catherine's Dock back in 97, 98 on our winter broadcast.
We're gonna move, yeah.
Which came out in late 1967 now, and who remembers watching this on the telly on Boxing Day? Now there's a song which comes from the Beatles' White Album, that one, and it's called Obla Dee, Obla Da. What a mouthful that is.
Well, if you're feeling down, come
12 minutes to 11 o'clock right now.
With wonderful Radio London.
And you're on the Beatles Spectacular. We've got one going out now to Bart Orange over there in Holland. Here's a song for you.
If I fell in love with you.
10 minutes now towards the hour of 11 o'clock. You're on the Beatles Spectacular, coming live from Radio London here at the end of Clacton Pier. Do come along and say hi.
The Beatles Spectacular is really moving. With wonderful Radio London.
5 minutes now to 11.
We're gonna move, yeah. We're gonna groove, yeah. We're gonna groove, yeah. Let's hear the best Beatle hits. Right here on wonderful Radio London.
Right, a song going out now to Claire in Kirby Cross.
Let me tell you how it will be.
Hi there, you there? And a very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Wombat Wireless Show from now until 3. Have fun with me. And here we are with all the tunes that you know and liked from way out of the past from the 60s. Hey, thanks to Ray Anderson for the last 3 hours. Whoopee, he'll be back indeed tomorrow. Sunny and warm, he says, and it certainly is. Ian David here, as I say, right through until 3 o'clock. And I tell you what, I'm glad all over. Are you? Always remember dancing to that one in a ballroom in London at Tottenham Court Road with the wife. And we were stomping around, glad all over. Great, and glad to be here too. The Dave Clark 5 heading us off for this hour, the first hour on the Ian Damon Wireless programme. From now till 3, you're going to have fun with me. Okay, we move on musically now to one from the Association. The Association, and associated with Big L all those years ago from the US of A, and Sweet as a Bunch, they certainly were too. I hope you enjoyed that one this afternoon. 10 minutes after 12 o'clock our time here. Got a gooseneck mic this week. This is different to last week. Just reminds me of the old AKG in the studio at Radio London out in the Galaxy in 1967 where I was. Yeah, so that reminds me of home, if you see what I mean. Only we're on the Clacton Pier, which is entirely different, believe you me. Okay, Ian Damon with you through until 3 this afternoon, and after these wise words, we'll have a super tune from the Tamla Motown stable.
Radio London. Miles of music.
Back to 67 for Diana Ross and those Super Supremes here on the Big L. Now, about half an hour ago, before I came on I was only going to say on board. We get so used to saying things like going on board and all that sort of thing when Big L was a ship 33 years ago on the Galaxy. However, we're at the end of Clacton Pier, and tell you what, we have half an hour ago, as I was saying, there's an interview that I actually recorded, or a little piece that I had recorded by Tony Brandon about a week or so ago in Hazelmere at the Delta Radio Studio, Delta FM in Hazelmere, where Tony now resides. And so I thought, right, what I'm going to do now, I must play a Tony Brandon record. Yes, he actually did make records. One or two. And here's one of them right now. It was an old Russ Morgan hit from the 40s that Tony revived in 1968. See what you think and what you feel about this particular song now. And here he is.
Candy kisses wrapped in paper mean more to you than mine do, dear.
And the old fade coming out there, tone too. Roger Easterby and Des Champ did the great arrangements there for MGM. Mighty good music too for a 45 that came out back in 1968 on the 19th day in the month of April that particular year too. And Russ Morgan actually wrote it too and had the hit of it in the 40s. And it's called Candy Kisses. That was Tony Brandon, the old bird brain himself, former Big L Radio London jock.
Oh, that is a good song. I do like that one out of our Fab 500. Aretha Franklin and that one called Baby I Love You. 18 minutes now to midday. It's Ray Anderson standing to attention here, taking care of business at the end of Clacton Pier.
The greatest sound in town. Wonderful music means BIGL.
Here's a song which comes out of our Summer of Love chart at number 16. This is a lovely song. Tim Rose and a thing called Morning Dew. You're on Big L 266 1143.
Walk me out in the morning dew, my honey. Walk me out in the morning dew today. I'd walk you out in the morning dew, my honey. They can't walk you out in the morning dew at all. Thought I heard a young girl cry.
So when you hang your poster on the wall, you can use your tube to sing through. Finchley Central is 2 and 6pence from Golders Green on the Northern Line. Cardboard tube included at no additional cost. The Big L Fab 500 poster is £9.99, including passage and poking. Buy one today, and what will you do with your cardboard tube?
Well, talking about cardboard tube, we've got cardboard shoes coming up in about 10 minutes' time.
BIGL Radio London.
Number 3 in the Fab 40 for 1966. The Kings in a sunny afternoon, most appropriate.
Music loving Keith Skues on Wonderful Radio London.
I don't think this theme tune will ever work. I played this in 1965 on Radio Caroline when it was first released. Don't think it'll catch on, but let's listen to it now. Mr. Tambourine Man, played by the Golden Gate Strings, and a piece of music that rather was my history, because I was the first DJ in Britain ever to play the Byrds version of Mr. Tambourine Man long before it ever became a record. It was rush released in this country in '65, went to number 1 in the charts, And the rest, as they say, is history. I was offered a job after that on Radio Luxembourg for the CBS record company, and in turn I got that tune specially written. So it's been my theme tune ever since. Now here's a contradiction in terms. What is the weather?
It's smooth sailing with the highly successful sound of wonderful Radio London.
Well, it's a group called The Association, and the title of the record was Windy, which it certainly isn't here on Clacton Pier. Drafty, but not windy, and certainly it was smooth sailing prior to that. In the old days of Big L, when we used to have news bulletins on the half hour, no change. The year 2000, we're still here. Same, different news, different newsreaders. Or are they? We were always asked afterwards, where did you get the news from? And we said, well, we had our own news. Oh, really? Said the BBC, we put one or two joke items in from time to time, and you seem to run those stories. So you don't use our bulletins at all, do you? BBC stealing news from the BBC? Never. Not over my dead body.
Radio London is brought to you by Wilkin & Sons. Tiptree Preserves for that extra special taste this summer.
On the half hour, Radio London News tells you more, says it better.
Britons are racist. The United Nations report on racism cites Britain's people as racist in culture and institution. Charges include government immigration policies and no-go areas for minorities. And the police stand accused of failing to take complaints of racial harassment seriously.
Can I just interrupt you?
You could.
Yeah, I'm sorry about this. It's such a long time since I used to do this thing on Big L, you know,
Yes.
30-odd years ago. The blips come when? Is it before you read the story?
After the headline. I tell you what, Keith.
Do get on with it.
Shall I point at you?
Yeah, well, no, that's rude.
Oh, well,
Everybody's
all right.
pointing out there.
Allow me.
Oh, right, okay.
Widget Rage. Press the button, Keith.
Okay, right. The top one, is it?
That's it.
Right.
And the Big L weather. In the public interest, the ionospheric weather checker has been up to her tricks again. She confirms continuing hot and humid this afternoon. A breeze is getting up ready for a sharp cooling this evening. Rain overnight, but drying off tomorrow morning. An unsettled week ahead is predicted, except on Radio London. So make the best of it and have a big hell of a day today, tomorrow, and every day on 11:43. And that's the Radio London Skues News and Weather together. The next at 4:30, John Ross-Barnard reporting.
Radio London News has told you more, said it better.
I've heard of people going over the top. That was just ridiculous. There were more people watching the news bulletin than listening to the radio program. That's very good, John. Do you make those news bulletins up or not?
No. I steal them from Keith Skues News Services.
Oh, right. In the old days, we never used to stand up to read the news.
No, in the old days, of course, newsreaders sat down and disc jockeys now stand up. Strange how things change.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Well, keep taking the tablets.
Yes.
And you're coming back again, are you, in an hour's time?
Oh, about 4:30 would do you?
Yeah, I'll try and get the hang of these pips then.
Well, you should get the pip.
How many pips are there?
Or any.
How many pips are there? 3?
Just remember you speak after the long one. Beep, beep. Oh, no, sorry, that's
the BBC.
I'm so sorry. Bye.
Yes, bye-bye. That's much better. Thank you very much, Margaret. Lovely to see you, and thank you very much for taking the trouble to come down.
By the way, Keith, before I go, what do the letters NCT, WWASBE stand for?
I didn't get them all down. M?
NCT,
Yeah.
WWASBE.
I haven't a clue.
Well, do you remember it now, where they had TTFN, Tata for now?
Yes.
Right, from the same program, NCTWWASBE is... Never clean the window with a soft-boiled egg. Boom!